I bet you've picked up some misconceptions about franchising along the way. Well, the Daly Coach is here to do a little myth busting with you today. Here are 3 lies that you still may believe about franchising. You're listening to Create Wealth Through Franchising, and I'm your host, Kim Daly. In my 20 years as a franchise consultant, I've helped hundreds of people achieve their dreams of building and scaling franchise businesses to create wealth. This episode appears in video form on my YouTube channel, where I post new franchising content multiple times per week. Please take a moment to subscribe to the podcast and to my YouTube channel at kimdaly.tv. Now, enjoy the show. I bet you believe that it's the franchisor's job to find your customers for you. You know why I believe it? Because every single day, people are asking me, if I have to pay a $50,000 franchise fee, why are they then telling me I have to pay to advertise? Like, isn't that what I'm paying them to do with that franchise fee? Well, the Daly Coach is here to say, no, the franchise fee opens the gate to Disneyland and buys you instant access to everything that the franchisor has created, including the proven business plan and the toolbox that will include proven marketing, technology, training, support. But that marketing plan, while it's proven, has to be executed, and it's executed by you. Now, some franchisors will take your advertising dollars from you, spend them for you to find that customer and get your phone to ring. Oftentimes, those very franchisors will have national call centers where once they get the phone to ring, they'll answer the phone. Either way, whether you're spending the money to get your own phone to ring and answering your phone, or giving your marketing dollars to the franchisor, they're spending it on your behalf and then answering your phone, either way, you are paying for that because it's your business. If the franchisor could find your customers for you, why would they need you? Owning a business is about finding customers. If every business had all the customers it needed, no business would ever fail, right? Think about what I just said. If every business had all the customers it needed, no business would fail. Finding enough customers or having enough customers cures almost everything that ails a business. So, of course, it's going to be your job to find the customers because that's where the success in the franchise is going to come from. The franchisor's job is to clearly define who the customer is, to create the marketing plan and trial and error it so that they know what the messaging is, where to spend those advertising dollars, and how many dollars to spend, and then how long to spend that money to build a positively cash flowing business. So then you, as the franchisee, are paying them for that knowledge so that from day one, your time and money is taking you right into building a positively cash flowing business rather than when they started the business without all of that knowledge, they had to trial and error it all to figure it all out. That is the difference between being an entrepreneur and being a franchise owner. So that franchise fee buys you the knowledge of the marketing plan and where to spend the money and how much money and how long to spend it until you're going to build a positively cash flowing business. But then you have to spend the money to market to actually find those customers, to find your own customers. The next lie that you believe about franchisors is that they don't care about your success. Those evil franchisors, they're just here to take your money and they don't care about your success. How dare they? As I've explained in previous videos, nothing could be further from the truth. Now, I don't speak for every franchisor out there, so there certainly may be evil franchisors lurking about the franchise industry. But the Daly Coach is here to lead you to the franchisors that do care about your success. And in general, franchisors sort of have to care about your success if they want to keep growing their brand as a franchise, because there's this thing in franchising called a franchise disclosure document, which is a federally regulated document. And in that franchise disclosure document, franchisors have to disclose their failure rate and litigation. So if a franchisor does not care about its franchisees' success, such that they're selling franchises and not adequately training and supporting franchisees or growing that opportunity, so people are failing, what are people going to do today? They're going to sue. So if you are looking at a franchise and you open that disclosure document to item 3, which is the litigation, or item 20, which is the failure rate, and you see both sections loaded with failure and litigation, are you going to become an investor in that franchise? No, there's no way under the sun you're going to do that. So if a franchisor cares about growing their brand, they have to care about your success. This is a mutual partnership where you make money and then they make money. And that speaks to the royalties. Franchisors make money through royalty dollars. So if you're the franchisor, don't you then want to help your franchisees make as much money as they can make? Because that's going to impact your ability to make money. So if they can push you to keep driving your average unit volume up, then that 6 or 8 or 10% royalty that you give back to them is going to continue to grow. And if they keep that litigation section clean, because they're adequately supporting their franchisees and doing what they've committed to doing, and if they keep that failure section clean because they're adequately supporting their franchisees, then they can keep attracting new franchise owners and growing the locations and growing the number of franchisees that are contributing to those royalty dollars they collect every month. Then they begin to win. So the franchisees win, and then the franchisor wins. So ultimately, franchisors have to care about your success if they want to keep growing their franchise brand. Hey, Daly Coach fans, if you're ready to take the first step in exploring franchise opportunities, please reach out right now. My franchise consulting services cost you nothing. Email me at inquire@kimdaly.tv. That's inquire@kimdaly.tv. Now, back to the show. And the third little lie that I think that you still believe about franchising is that after you've built this amazing business, it's not your business to sell. That is absolutely untrue. Now, there are a couple caveats to that statement. Many people come to me asking about the Chick-fil-A opportunity. Chick-fil-A is one such brand where when you invest in that, you actually don't own what you've built. This is surprising to a lot of people. So the reason you see Chick-fil-A advertised as a really low investment, when you can look at the restaurant and know it costs a lot more to open it than what the franchisor is asking for, is because this is a partnership, a 50-50 partnership, where they're looking for people to come in as general managers of the restaurant. So Chick-fil-A corporate will incur the cost of building out the location and then bring the franchisee in who will actually run the day-to-day operation of the franchise. But you're not building an asset that you entirely own. The same thing is true in a 7-Eleven. And there may be other franchises that operate like that. That's the reason that I would never lead you to those businesses, since I believe that every business should be built to be sold. And one of the very first questions I'm going to ask you or anybody that I work with is, what is your vision? How long do you want to be involved in this business? because part of selecting the right franchise is knowing what your exit strategy is and when you want it to come. Look, if you're looking to build a business and sell it within 5 years, that's a different track record than something that you want to build and possibly own for 10 to 15 years, right? Something that's slower and steadier, you can think about owning over the long haul. So if we're beginning with the end in mind, and I'm asking you to consider an exit strategy, then it has to be because there's some sort of reward for you for selling the business. And there is. When you invest in a franchise, you are not just building the cash flow that you own and control, but you're building an asset that has value when you go to sell it. And that's why I want you to consider selling it. Because if you're building equity into this franchise business and you're just sitting on it, yes, you could use it as collateral, I suppose, to get a loan to build another location and scale. But the idea is that if you're putting in money into a business and you're building this and somebody would come along and pay you a 3 multiple or a 4 multiple or an 8 multiple, depending on the economy, depending on the industry that you're in, depending on the brand and where it is and its growth trajectory, all of those things will factor into the multiple that you can apply to your business and the value that the incoming buyer will see in your business. So for the vast majority of franchise businesses out there, it is a lie that you don't own what you build. And if I get to be your franchise consultant, I'm going to ask you to consider the value of the asset that you're building and the potential exit strategy at the end. There are so many other lies or misconceptions out there about franchisors and the franchise industry. I would love to spend more time with you on this topic. If you are ready to begin your franchise exploration journey, or you want to hear more about some of the misconceptions that are out there in franchising, I would love to be your daily coach. I encourage you to leave a comment below or reach directly out so that we can be in contact with you and schedule an introductory call. If you found this inspiring, please contact me at inquire@kimdaly.tv. My consulting services are totally free to you. Again, that email is inquire@kimdaly.tv. I can't wait to hear from you.